First step, choose a language. For English, press 1. Choose the measurement system. Metric, press 4. Imperial, press 6. Identify the position of the saw. If the saw is to the left of the stop, press 7. If the saw is to the right, press 9. Press start. The saw gear moves to the end away from the stop, then comes back to determine the working length. To calibrate the saw gear, cut a simple part, enter its length, and press start. In this case, 13 inches and 7/8. Saw gear is ready to work. Note that you can enter the measurement using either decimals or fractions. It works the way you choose to. How to use W, X, Y, Z keys for miter cutting. First step, measure the width of the molding being cut. In this case, 3 1/16 of an inch. Press on W to enter the dimension. Then press X to enter the interior length of the casing, 15 3/4 of an inch. Then press start. Saw gear moves to a length based on the width of the stock and the 45-degree angle of the first miter cut. Swing the saw to the left at 45 degree and make your cut. Then to make a Y cut, swing the saw to the right at 45 degree and trim off the residual of the previous cut. Press Y to enter the interior length of the casing, 11 13/16 of an inch, then press start. Saw gear moves to a length counting the 45-degree angle of the two miter cut ends. Swing the saw to the left at 45 degree and make the second miter cut. To make a Z cut, swing the saw to the right at 45 degree and trim off the residual of the previous cut. Press Z to enter the interior dimension of the casing, 15 3/4 of an inch, then press start. Saw gear moves to a length based on the width of the stock and the 45-degree angle of the last miter cut. Move your piece to the stop, return the saw to 0 degree, and make your final square cut. Press the list button to choose the list number you would like to work with, in this case, list number 1. Screen display, number 1 equal empty cut. Saw gear tells you the list is empty. Enter the dimension of the first cut, then press start. Saw gear moves to the length entered and displays its current position. Press start again to advance to next line in the cut list. Repeat these steps to enter as many as 9 different dimensions into the list. At any point, you can exit the list by pressing stop and the dimensions will be saved. Note that you can enter your measurements either in decimals or fractions. When your list is complete, just press start to switch from one cut to another. This feature allows you to move the stop one increment in the direction indicated. To calibrate the increment, press the calibration button D, then press either the left or the right arrow of the increment key. The default increment is 0.031, 1/32 of an inch. Enter the length of the increment you would like, then press Start to confirm your choice, in this case 6.5 inches. Press either the left or the right arrow to move the stop 6.5 inches. When doing crown molding, Crown and Miter Pro works best when going counterclockwise around the room. This feature is designed to help cut crown molding without having to calculate saw angles or worry about length mistakes. Just type in the angle measurements and dimensions of the room and let SawGear do the math. Crown and Miter Pro works best when using the SGCMF stop, optional accessory. To activate the Crown and Miter Pro feature, simply press the W key twice. Screen display, A equal 45 degree. Press 0, then press Start. Press the W key again to enter the spring angle of your molding. The spring angle is calculated measuring the distance of the saw fence to the furthest point of the molding. Visualize the saw fence as the wall and the table as the ceiling of the room. In this example, 2 3/8 of an inch is the spring angle measure of the molding. Enter this measure in W, then press Start. SawGear is now ready to work. In Crown and Miter Pro mode, the X key acts as the first angle of the room. Then press the Y key to enter the length of the part you want to cut, in this case 13 5/16 of an inch. The Z key sets the final angle of the part, in this case 90 degrees. Finally, use the increment button to indicate whether it's an inside or outside corner. SawGear tells you the exact angle and direction the saw will need to be set. Saw at 45 degrees to the left. Once the saw is set, press Start and the stop will move to the proper length for the cut. SawGear keeps in mind the measure of the last angle and put it automatically in X, then indicates the direction and angle the saw needs to be set for the next cut. Saw at 45 degrees to the right. Make your cut, then repeat the steps for Y and Z. The Crown and Miter Pro feature allows you to always feed the molding in the same direction without having to flip it upside down or from left to right. Simply enter your measurements, push your material against the stop, and cut. When doing base molding, Crown and Miter Pro works best when going clockwise around the room. To activate the Crown and Miter Pro feature, simply press the W key twice. Screen display, A equal 45 degree, press 0, then press start. Press the W key again to enter the thickness of your material, in this case, 1/2 inch, then press start. When cutting base molding, visualize the saw fence as the wall and the table as the floor of the room. In Crown and Miter Pro mode, the X key acts as the first angle of your part, in this case, X equal 120 degrees. Then press the Y key to enter the length of the part you want to cut, 15 5/16 of an inch. The Z key sets the final angle of the part, in this case, 120 degrees. Finally, use the increment button to tell SawGear whether it's an inside or outside corner. SawGear tells you the exact angle and direction the saw will need to be set. Saw at 30 degrees to the left. Once the saw is set, press start and the stop will move to the proper length for the cut. SawGear keeps in mind the measure of your last angle and put it automatically in X, then indicates the direction and angle the saw needs to be set for the next cut. Saw at 30 degrees to the right. Make your cut, then repeat the steps for Y and Z.